Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? A harmless nursery rhyme, or so it seems. But today we're peeling back the layers of this seemingly innocent verse to reveal its darker side. Let's start with what you already know, the cheerful rhythm and sing-song nature of the rhyme. It's the kind of thing kids chant while skipping rope. But here's what you might not know. This rhyme could actually be rooted in historical events so macabre, it'll make your skin crawl. 1. The historical puzzle. Who is Mary? Scholars have debated this for centuries. The rhyme, some argue, is a thinly veiled reference to Mary I of England, also known as Bloody Mary. But why Bloody Mary? What did she do to earn such a chilling nickname? The answer lies in a dark chapter of English history. Mary Tudor, daughter of Henry VIII, became queen in 1553. Her reign was short but bloody, marked by the execution of nearly 300 Protestants in her bid to restore Catholicism. Could Mary, quite contrary, be mocking her efforts? The contrary could refer to her resistance against Protestant reformers. And what about her garden? Some historians believe this isn't a literal garden, but a metaphor for cemeteries, grim reminders of those she ordered to be executed. The chilling imagery suggests a queen consumed by a brutal mission, leaving a legacy soaked in blood. 2. Hidden symbolism in the verse. The rhyme gets darker when you consider the lines, with silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row. At first glance, it sounds like gardening tools or flowers, but some interpretations suggest these are references to torture devices. Silver bells could signify thumbscrews, cockle shells may allude to another type of device used to torment prisoners, and pretty maids might hint at the guillotine-like contraption used in executions. But wait, this theory isn't the only one. Hook 3. The French connection. Some experts argue the rhyme could be about Mary, Queen of Scots, not Mary I. Mary, Queen of Scots, led a tumultuous life, filled with intrigue, betrayal, and eventual execution. The line, "How does your garden grow?" could refer to her attempts to navigate political schemes. Her silver bells and cockle shells? These could symbolize the trappings of her royal life, beautiful but ultimately deadly. Mary, Queen of Scots, spent nearly 2 decades in prison before facing a tragic end. Her execution marked the culmination of a life filled with loss, conspiracies, and power struggles. Was this rhyme a poetic way to encapsulate her tragic story? 4. A darker interpretation. And then there's an even more sinister theory. The rhyme doesn't refer to a specific Mary, but instead reflects a societal obsession with control and punishment during the Tudor period. The imagery of the garden could symbolize growth through pain, a recurring theme in many historical rhymes. The Tudor era was rife with public executions and gruesome punishments, which were not only a tool of justice, but also a spectacle for the masses. The rhyme in this context may have been a way to reflect on the brutality of the times, a subtle critique hidden behind playful words. 5. Why we teach this to children. Why, you might wonder, are these dark rhymes taught to children? Historically, nursery rhymes often contain coded messages about political events or moral lessons. They were tools to pass down history in a way that was memorable and often entertaining. Over time, the context was lost, leaving behind catchy but cryptic verses. But there's also another possibility. Rhymes like these served as warnings, teaching children about the dangers of defying authority or straying from societal norms was easier through songs and rhymes. Mary, quite contrary, could be a cautionary tale, urging obedience and conformity. 6th, a chilling modern theory. In recent years, some theorists have connected the rhyme to the occult. They suggest that Mary could be invoking a dual persona, one kind and nurturing, the other vengeful and destructive. This theory ties into folklore about spirits and dualities, adding an eerie layer to an already dark tale. This idea aligns with stories of split personalities in folklore, where one side of a character embodies virtue while the other is consumed by malice. Could Mary represent this dichotomy? The rhyme, then, might be a reflection of the human condition, our capacity for both good and evil. 7. Hidden meanings in nursery rhymes. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, isn't the only nursery rhyme with dark undertones. Many others, such as Ring Around the Rosie and Three Blind Mice, also contain grim historical references. These rhymes serve as a fascinating glimpse into the past, showing how people use creative means to process and preserve history. 8. The symbolism of the garden. Let's take a closer look at the garden itself. In literature and folklore, gardens often symbolize life, growth, or paradise. But in this rhyme, the garden feels ominous. Could it be a metaphor for control, a place where things grow only under strict rules and conditions? Or perhaps it represents Mary's own ambitions, cultivated through fear and bloodshed. A darker theory suggests the garden symbolizes the graveyards that grew larger during Mary's reign, with each execution adding more to her plot. This chilling interpretation transforms the innocent imagery of blooming flowers into something far more sinister. 9. The nursery rhyme's journey across time. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, didn't always sound the way it does today. Early versions of the rhyme were often altered to fit the context of the time. For example, some renditions hint at rebellion and political dissent, which would have been dangerous to express openly. Over time, these veiled criticisms became obscured, leaving behind a seemingly innocent verse. It's fascinating to think how a rhyme so simple could carry centuries of encoded history, morphing to suit the era while retaining its eerie undertones. 10. The role of women in power. Could this rhyme be a critique of women in power? Both Mary Y of England and Mary, Queen of Scots, faced intense scrutiny, often more so because of their gender. The rhyme may reflect societal discomfort with powerful women, portraying them as contrary or difficult. This interpretation highlights the challenges faced by women in leadership throughout history, where their actions were often framed as unnatural or threatening. 11. The psychological impact. Have you ever noticed how nursery rhymes, no matter how dark, have a way of staying in your memory? Psychologists suggest this is because of their repetitive structure and sing-song rhythm. Rhymes like Mary, Mary may have been designed not just to entertain, but to embed a specific message deep in the subconscious. The question is, what message? Was it a warning about tyranny, a critique of religion, or perhaps something more personal, a whisper of the fears and anxieties of the era? 12th, connections to modern folklore. In today's world, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, has taken on new life through modern horror. The character of Bloody Mary, for instance, echoes the rhyme's themes of duality and vengeance. When you say her name into a mirror, you're supposedly summoning a spirit with deep ties to the past. Could the rhyme have influenced this legend? Both carry themes of retribution and haunting, creating a link between historical fears and modern-day chills. 13. The debate among historians. Even today, historians and folklorists debate the true origins of the rhyme. Some believe it's a simple commentary on gardening, while others argue it's a coded critique of historical figures. The lack of definitive answers only adds to its allure. Each theory deepens the mystery. This enduring debate shows how powerful a nursery rhyme can be, capturing the imaginations of scholars and storytellers alike for centuries. 14. Why it still matters today. Finally, why does this rhyme continue to captivate us? Perhaps it's because it speaks to universal fears, loss of control, the consequences of ambition, and the weight of history. Its simplicity makes it accessible, while its hidden layers make it endlessly intriguing. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, is more than just a rhyme. It's a window into the human condition, a reminder of how stories evolve and endure. So what do you think? Is the rhyme a veiled reference to Mary I's bloody reign? A nod to Mary, Queen of Scots? Or something even darker? One thing's for sure, the next time you hear Mary, Mary, quite contrary, you'll never think of it the same way. If you love unraveling creepy nursery rhymes and exploring the dark side of history, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We post daily content diving into eerie tales, twisted folklore, and spine-chilling true stories. Don't miss out. Miss